Today we're doing Abraham and apple skins. We're eating apple skins and apples. We're talking about Abraham and part of the story in his life.
All right. And what happened in some of the things in Abraham that y'all remember?
In Abraham,
Do you want some of these?
people started to worship idols.
They started to worship idols? Absolutely.
And Abraham almost sacrificed his son.
Yeah. Do you remember his son's name?
I don't remember
Abraham.
which one.
Was it Isaac?
No.
Who was it?
I don't. Let me look. Yes.
It was Isaac. Okay, good. Yeah. So he almost sacrificed Isaac. Did he actually kill his only son?
No.
What happened?
He sacrificed a lamb.
Yeah, God provided a lamb.
Sacrificed a ram.
A ram, that's right, in the thickets. Okay. But Abraham was faithful, wasn't he? He knew that God was going to provide the sacrifice for him, huh?
And God loves us.
God does love us, yes. God had made a promise to Abraham about his offspring, right? All his offspring would be blessed. And who would come from the offspring of Abraham? Jesus. Jesus would ultimately come from the offspring of Abraham. Because we are in Jesus, we are sons of Abraham. Isn't that interesting? And just like Abraham offered up his son Isaac on the altar, God was going to offer up his only son, Jesus, to die as well for the sins of the people, right? And so Jesus followed that perfectly, was obedient to the point of death on the cross for us.
Yeah, when we do this, it's kind of like watching people do church. And if you don't really know about the Bible, you should watch church. It's usually on YouTube, but you can go to it. It teaches you taught about the Bible in church. They tell you about the Bible. And last time we did church, there's people, someone was helping us. There was a guy who was speaking Spanish, and the other person was translating, so we know what he was saying. And so Spanish people know how to learn about the Bible.
Very good, very good. And we definitely want to learn more about Jesus, and that's why we read the Bible, right? And you remember what was significant about God's relationship with Abraham? He made a promise to him, right? He made a covenant.
Mm-hmm.
The Abrahamic covenant. God made a covenant with Abraham. Do you remember what that promise was about? That covenant was about?
You would have more sons than the stars in the sky and the sands of the earth.
That's right. That's right. He would have more sons than the stars in the sky and the sand on the earth. So he promised him offspring. He promised him land. He promised him that God was going to bless him, right? And that he was going to bless Abraham. So Abraham would be a blessing to the nations, right? Very good. What else came? What else did we talk about?
The stolen blessing.
The stolen blessing. Who stole the blessing? Who was that between?
Jacob stole the blessing from Esau.
That's right. Jacob and Esau were kind of going at it. But God had made a promise, and it was going to be through Jacob, right? So it went from Abraham to Isaac to Jacob. And then what happened? We started to get into Joseph too, right?
Mm-hmm.
What happened with Joseph?
I thought we were just doing Abraham.
Okay, we'll stop there, and then we'll talk about Joseph next time.
Joseph got his coat of many colors, and he was thrown into a pit, and he was getting sold to Egypt.
Woo! It's going to be grimy. Okay. Well, is there anything special about Abraham that you would like everybody to know? Anything that you learned in Abraham that would be good to tell everybody?
That Abraham was a good person.
Yeah, he was faithful to God, right? Yeah, he was obedient. He believed in the promise that God made him. He trusted God.
Idols because there is only one God.
Love it. Love it. Okay, good deal. All right, see y'all next time.
You want to say bye?
Bye.